Okay, I have 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting of the Municipal Council to order at 7 p.m. Mr. Withers, would you kindly do a roll call attendance?
Mr. Blair.
Here.
Ms. DeSimone.
Here.
Mr. Conti.
Present.
Mr. Waterman.
Here.
Mr. Vice President Jackson.
Here.
Mr. Delisio.
Here.
Mr. Kobus.
Here.
Ms. Dolan.
Here.
Ms. Reynolds.
Here.
Ms. Holmes.
She was here, wasn't she?
Present.
And President Cooper.
Yeah,
All councils are present.
Present.
thank you. All right, Mr. Withers, would you kindly read the notice for tonight's special meeting?
I will. June 11th, 2021, members of the Municipal Council from Mark J. Cooper, Council President. Council is by authority of Article 2, Section 2-7C of the Attleboro Home Rules Charter, I hereby call a special meeting of the Municipal Council as follows. Date, Thursday, June 17th, 2021. Time, 7 p.m. Place, 77 Park Street and remote link. Purpose to discuss any legal matters before the council. Sincerely, Mark J. Cooper, Council President. CC, Mayor Paul Haru.
Great, thank you. The only order of business this evening is to committee report from the Budget Committee, and for that, I will recognize Councilor Delisio.
Thank you, President Cooper. Reporting for budget and appropriations from the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to appropriate $34,648.64 from account 6100-359000 Water Enterprise Fund retained earnings to fund fiscal 2022 Water Enterprise budget.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments, Councilor Delisio?
I have none.
Great. Any comments from the council? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Councilor Holmes.
Ms. Holmes.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Dolan.
Yes.
Mr. Kobus.
Yes.
Mr. Delisio.
Yes.
Vice President Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Waterman.
Yes.
Mr. Conti.
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes.
11 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to appropriate $14,832.40 from account wastewater enterprise fund retain earnings to fund the wastewater betterment share of debt in fiscal 2022 budget.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments, Councilor Delisio?
I have none.
Any comments from the council? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone.
Yes.
Mr. Conti.
Yes.
Mr. Waterman.
Yes.
Vice President Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Delisio.
Yes.
Mr. Kobus.
Yes.
Ms. Dolan.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Holmes.
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes.
11 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to transfer $650,452.91 from Fund 6100 Water Enterprise Fund to the General Government Fund to fund the indirect costs for fiscal year 2022. A portion of the Water Enterprise Fund budget includes an indirect cost allocation that is used to pay for costs incurred within the general government budget. Please note this figure excludes the OPEB contribution.
No. And.
Oh, and all debt expenses, sorry.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments?
I have really just one. So in some of these, you'll notice there's language at the end, such as this one, please note the figure excludes all the OPEB and all debt expenses. This is for when we certify the vote that DOR can accept it.
Great. Thank you. Any additional questions or comments? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Councilor Holmes.
Ms. Holmes.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Dolan.
Yes.
Mr. Kobus.
Yes.
Mr. Delisio.
Yes.
Vice President Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
yes,
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to transfer $596,406.59 from Fund 6,000 Wastewater Enterprise Fund to the General Government Fund to fund the indirect costs for fiscal 2022. A portion of the Wastewater Enterprise Fund budget includes an indirect cost allocation that is used to pay for costs incurred within the general government budget. Please note, this figure excludes the OPEB contribution and all debt expenses.
Second.
Thank you. Motion's in order. Any additional comments?
I have none.
Thank you. Any from the council? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Council Blair.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
yes,
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. DeLisio,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to appropriate $834,182.46 of available free cash from account General Fund Undesignated Fund Balance to account General Fund Balance Reserved for Expenditures. The purpose of this appropriation from the General Fund Undesignated Fund Balance to free cash is to reduce the fiscal year 2022 tax levy.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments?
I have none.
Thank you. Any questions from the council? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Council Holmes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Mr. DeLisio,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
excuse me, Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
yes,
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to approve the solid waste fee of $251.06. This is an increase from fiscal year 2021.
Second.
Thank you. Motion's in order. Any additional comments, Council Wilson?
Thank you, President Cooper. I just want to state that this is indeed contractual. I think we all have had the opportunity to discuss this at length in our concerns. And I think just being upfront, I think the ratepayers should know that we are expecting this to increase again next year in the amount of about $14. So that's all I have on that.
Thank you. Any additional comments? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Council Blair.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
yes,
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. DeLisio,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to approve the solid waste fee of $60.44 per unit to be credited to Fund 2604 Residential Special Waste Disposal for fiscal year 2022.
Second. Second. Get it.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional questions?
We just voted the 25106, the 6044 comes from that $256.06, and that goes into the revolving fund.
Thank you. Any additional comments? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Council Holmes.
No, I think it's Mr. Blair this time.
Oh, it is Mr. Blair. I'm sorry. I can't read
Yeah.
my own.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
yes,
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. DeLisio,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, I move to approve the water fee of $5.10 per 100 cubic feet. This rate applies to consumption on and after July 1st, 2021.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments?
Yes, this is a rate increase and it's approximately 0.79%, so it is less than 1% of an increase. It's going to be approximately $5 a year added to the ratepayer. And I think what's interesting about this is this responsible and incremental increase is going to help us stay more consistent with the water fees, so we're not seeing these pendulum swings of significant increases year over year.
Okay, thank you. Any additional comments? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Counselor Holmes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Mr. Delissio,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes.
11 yeas, 0 nays.
Passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to approve the water and wastewater enterprise budgets for fiscal 22. Enterprise fund fiscal 2022 recommended water, $7,246,085.58. Wastewater, $9,398,431.01.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments?
I have none.
Thank you. Any additional comments from the council? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Counselor Blair.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Delissio,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes.
11 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. From the docket of June 1st, 2021, I move to approve the proposed general budget for fiscal year 2022. I didn't read these in committee last night. I am going to read them briefly in front of the full council tonight. I'll read the section of the budget, then the fiscal 22 recommended. Municipal Council, $167,094.14. Mayor, $664,925.33. Citywide, $5,474,685.91. Budget Administration, $750,482.11. Auditor, $476,552.50. Assessors, $294,392.26. City Treasurer, $774,793.75. City Collector, $373,565.57. Personnel, $8,861,451. City Clerk, $224,959.79. Election Commission, $275,596.46. Planning and Land Use, $386,770.07. Police, $9,323,554.11. Parking, no dollars. Fire, $10,212,855.99. Protective Inspection, $347,354.79. Emergency Management, no dollars. Animal Control, $202,467.24. Education, Cross Guards and Education Debt, $88,902,548.10. Public Works, $1,781,125.04. Snow and Ice, $97,500. Health, $3,050,184.07. Council on Aging, $384,559.41. Veterans Benefits, $909,548.33. Public Library, $1,187,086.43. Recreation, $763,318.99. Park and Forestry, $1,211,811.73. Highland Park, $29,500. Bonded debt and interest, $2,502,457.45. Contributory retirement, $6,217,896. State and county charges, $5,893,457, for a total of $151,742,493.57.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. Any additional comments?
Good
No.
job, Jay.
Thank you. I have none.
Thank you. Any from the council? Thank you. Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Counselor Holmes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Mr. Delissio,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
President Cooper,
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Motion passes.
And finally, from the docket of June 17th, 2021, I move to approve the following budget message for fiscal '22. President Cooper, we read it in committee last night. I don't know if you want me to read it again.
I don't think that's necessary unless anybody wants to hear it. We've all read it. We all have it.
I do have one amendment to make.
Sure.
So I move to amend the line, the council has been in favor of the use of the shared clerk position and was disappointed to see that position staffed only at 50%, and replace that by deleting and was disappointed to see the position staffed at only 50%.
Second.
Thank you. Motion on the seconded on the amendment. Any additional comments on the amendment? Councilor Delissio.
Thank you, President Cooper. So, I spoke with Jeremy this morning, and the way that it was written in the budget book was a little, I don't want to say deceiving, but wasn't clear. So essentially the position reads like it was cut by 50%. But what it is 50% of the time will be with the clerk's office, 50% of the time will be with Virginia in the council office. So I think the overarching sentiment of the shared services still rings true with this position, and that's the reason for this amendment.
Thank you. Any additional comments? Seeing, and this is just on the amendment first. The vote will begin with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Delissio,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
President Cooper,
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Now to the motion as amended. Any additional comments?
I have none.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the council? Seeing none, a roll call vote will begin with Councilor Holmes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Mr. Delissio,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Ms. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
President Cooper,
Yes,
11 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. Before I call for a committee meeting for next week, I just want to thank the mayor and Jeremy for putting together the binder in the way they did this year. I think Jeremy spent a lot of time with the overview of each department, as well as the expectations for 2020 fiscal 22. I think to be able to provide a balanced budget with COVID coming out of the pandemic, it's a lot. It was a lot to ask. It was a big lift, and I think that they worked well with the department heads. Kudos to each and every one of the department heads who really had to sharpen their pencil this year. As we talked about in the budget message, to use the mayor's words, not one department is funded adequately, and I think that rang true. Be remiss if we didn't thank Deb, who sat in for every budget hearing with us, who brought some invaluable insight, had us all very well prepped for each department head. And a lot of the notes that she had matched up pretty nicely with what Jeremy had. Couldn't do this really without Virginia. Virginia has put in so much time and effort of, trying to get together the votes, trying to get together the schedule, working with the department heads for the schedule. I also wanted to, let people know that it was Virginia who not only put together the motions for this year and last year, but she made sure that we had everything that we needed for every night, every vote. AACS and Jim Jones have been here for every single department meeting and budget meeting rather, and kudos to them and their partnership. The council for your input throughout this process. It's a long process. It's a tough process, especially when we're doing it Zoom, especially when we're in the midst of the pandemic. Especially Ty, Peter, Kathleen, and Laura for being at really almost every meeting. President Cooper, thank you for your accessibility when I had questions, and there were numerous, especially this year. I appreciate your help on this. But finally, Todd and Rick, want to thank you for your help throughout this process. I think we had a lot of great discussion. I think, especially when, Todd and I are on every committee together, we don't have the opportunity to go back and forth. I think we're seeing a lot of symmetry between the Capital Improvements Committee and the Budget Committee, which I think makes a lot of sense. But I really want to recognize the two of them for their help in their discussion last night throughout the course of the budget message. We had a lot of really, really in-depth conversation. It shows that each of you really understand the budget. You understood the challenges and the opportunities of each department has. So just want to thank everyone. It's been a long 2 weeks, kind of a sprint that felt like a marathon, but really appreciate everyone's help and input throughout this process.
Councilor Blair.
I'd like to thank Jay and his committee personally because I thought it went smooth. It was well put together, well thought out. Last night, I thought that budget message to the mayor was right on. Jay, thank you very much, and your committee for the work you put in. ACES, as far as I'm concerned, the job was fantastic.
Thanks, Pete.
Councilor DeSimone.
Thank you, President Cooper. I want to echo Councilor Blair's comments to Councilor Delicio. I thoroughly enjoyed, this is only my second go round. I think you did a great job, you and the committee. It's informative. Every year I learn something more and I'm able to get deeper and deeper into the numbers. So thank you for an efficient, informative, and thoughtful process. And I'm happy to participate in any way that I did. Thank you.
And Kathleen, thank you, if I may, President Cooper, thank you for your questions throughout the process, especially ones that we worked on with Deb. I think they were really pretty astute, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Kovas, did you have a?
Sure. Just to pile on, thank you so much, Jay. It went incredibly well yet again, and it's largely due to your leadership and organization. So thank you. It's a pleasure working with you and with Councilor Conti on this committee. And yeah, thanks again.
No, thank you. Total team effort. Total team effort.
Thank you. Councilor Conti.
It occurs to me that any one of the taxpayers or members of the community in the city of Attleboro watching this Zoom really do not have a comprehension of what has gone into the budget message that we read into the record last night. Councilor Delicio could probably help me out here, but I think we spent easily 100 man hours plus reviewing this over the last 2 weeks. And the schedule was arduous. I mean, each night we had a deadline to meet with the department heads, and I'm looking forward to have an evening with no meeting.
Yeah.
This has been, and to Councilor DeSimone's point, I've been paying attention to this budget for 12 years, and I learned things about the budget, particularly the debt structure this year that I didn't fully understand. So the learning never ends. And for the public at home watching this Zoom meeting and listening to the accolades, it's a very complex budget and it's very difficult to fully understand. And I want to assure the public that this has been properly vetted. And I'm sure the Councilor Delicio and Councilor Cobus think that's an understatement. And that concludes my comments.
Thank you. And I won't keep beating it, but I will say thank you to everybody. Thank you for your flexibility in meeting schedules and times and having to Zoom, do hybrid on Tuesday night and back to Zoom tonight. So I appreciate that. And again, thank you to everyone involved. So with that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. Motion is in order. We'll have a roll call vote with starting with Councilor Blair.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSimone,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Waterman,
Yes.
Vice President Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Delicio,
Yes.
Mr. Cobus,
Yes.
Ms. Dolan,
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
Ms. Holmes,
Yes.
President Cooper.
Yes.
11 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Motion passes. We are adjourned at 7:25. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.